Hi everyone, this is Arlene. In today's project I'm going to be making a 12 by 12 scrapbook page layout. I'm starting out with 4 pictures that I have. These were taken on vacation when I took my 2 boys to the Oregon coast. I'm starting out with 4 pictures. I actually land up using just 3 of them. I'm trying to do some placement. And today's project is a little bit different. I'm starting out with a clear white piece of cardstock, that 12 by 12 there. I am just going to kind of wing it here. I don't have anything planned. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. So I just kind of have a clean slate here, which is the paper. And I've got I'm going to be using I think 4 different kinds of stamp pads. There's going to be the Crisp Cantaloupe. These are Stampin' Up! Pads. There is the Night of Navy and I believe Mellow Moss, the 3 that I'm using. And I'm just going to be taking a sponge and I'm going to ink up the left side of the paper, just with some sponging kind of going across it there. And just the left side. The right side I left because I'll be covering most of that up with my pages or my pictures and some paper. So I wanted to give it a really soft look. I'm going to be doing something over it. I'll be stamping the title and then journaling on it as well too. So I wanted to pick some pattern papers. This is it's a beach theme paper pack. And I will be showing that in here in just a little bit. And I'm mixing things up a little bit. I normally do not work with this many pattern papers. I'm more of a kind of a clean and simple. I like the real linear pages, and so I'm going out of my comfort zone here. So I've decided these are 8 by 8 sheets of paper that came in a paper pack. I'm just going to cut them up. Some of them 4 inches wide, some of them 3, some of them 2.5, and then some of them I cut those in half. And there's the paperback I got the paper from. It's called Beach House, and I got it about probably a year ago over at Hobby Lobby. At the time I loved the papers, and it's funny now I'm finding it's a little bit difficult for me to work with those papers. I don't use, like I said, I don't use pattern paper a lot, but I want to, so this is a nice project for me to work with. So do you see I've got those papers that I've cut, so I've got little strips of them, little squares. I'm trying to find a placement for my pictures there to see what works best. And what I'm going to end up doing is just kind of just going to see what looks good. I took that, I really love the coral in there, and I used that Crisp Cantaloupe stamp pad, and that's really blends well, goes well with that coral look and some of the pattern paper that you see. And we love the beach, so I love this. I do really like this paper. I haven't worked with it. I think I feel a little bit intimidated by pattern paper sometimes. So you can see there's the teal color over to the left. It was not quite the look that I was hoping for. It didn't quite match. So I got some of this darker blue color. It goes a little bit better with it. I'm trying to use up my stash, so instead of going out and trying to buy some new paper, I said no, I'm going to use my stash here. I think it's like a pack of 80 sheets of paper, and I'm using maybe 4 of them. But hey, 4 less than I had last year, right? So again, I'm just kind of randomly putting the pieces on there and seeing what will go well with the sponged ink that I have on the left side of the sheet. And then I'm just going to be snipping off the excess pattern paper. Again, a stretch for me because I wanted to try just cutting that. It seems so easy, and I love how some of the people that I've seen on YouTube do that, and it works out wonderfully well. So this is the stamp I'm using. It's from a discontinued stamp set that Stampin' Up! Carried. Again, using my stash. So I want to see the placement of where I want to put my title at to make sure that I leave enough space for that. And so I'm working around that as well. And at this point I ran out of my tape runner, so I'm using some of that Tombow multi-adhesive. And I have a bit of a cold I'm getting over, so excuse my voice. It may not sound different to you, but quite different. And then I'm using the Night of Navy ink pad, so it's going to be a dark blue color that I wanted to ink up that stamp with, and then place it on the top left corner. Again, this is something I typically don't do in my scrapbooking. I've been scrapbooking for a while, so I'm kind of old school when it comes to scrapbooking. So I'm trying to try new things out, and I've been looking at lots of YouTube videos as well as the big picture classes. I started looking at that, and I love the new ways, the new pictures. I've just got to get more updated in my look. Again, using my stash, that's what this video is about. Do you remember these rub-ons? I've had those in my, oh gosh, I've had them in my stash for so long. Most of those I can't use because they actually stuck to the sheet. I didn't have the backing sheet with it, but this one particular rub-on I could use, and it pulls out some of that green that's at the picture on the left side. They have some green in the front of the picture, so I wanted to pull a little bit of that green out, and that's going to be the start of where my journaling is going to go. Just I put that on, rub that onto the page, directly onto the page, over the part that I inked up. And then I'm going to be using just a marker and a ruler and making some journaling lines so that I can journal on that later on. I'm really bad at journaling too. This is horrible, but I tend to leave a spot for it and then I just don't do it. So I have a lot of empty space in my scrapbooks. But this time I said, no, I'm going to do it, and I did. I finished this page today. And so I'm just kind of making the lines, making sure, just quick. Again, it's nothing, I'm not trying to be perfect. So get those lines going really quickly, make a space for some quick journaling. Now this is something that I purchased, it was a recent purchase, like within last week I got these. They're simple stories over at Michael's. So I just want to put a few stickers on there to add a little bit. So I put the heart down on the title, Do More of What Makes You Happy. I like that. So this sticker sheet came with some gold stickers, white stickers, and black stickers, and I'm trying to incorporate at least one of each color in there. So got the black for the heart. I just put on this gold sticker that I believe says loved, and then I'm going to be taking the white ampersand and laying that down. Now, this is interesting. When I put on, I had to lift up that gold heart, and as I was doing that, my fingernail actually scratched that photo. And I don't think you can see it in the video, but I landed up putting the ampersand directly over the scratch to hide it. And then I've got one other stamp, a sticker that I wanted to put on there as well. I put that over the ampersand. So I'm just trying to find some embellishments now to lay that down, and just kind of seeing how it looks. Okay, so and then I've got it's a heart, little puffy sticker there. I'm going to put that right on the inside of that heart, right by the title. And then I've got some of that High Swap Shine. I've never used it before, and I've seen it, so this is actually probably not the best color choice, but I just wanted to see how it would look. So I think I like it. I'm excited to use more of it. I was a little bit afraid of using too much because I'm not sure how that is going to tap off. I was just trying to kind of tap it off just a little bit, and I ended up putting a little bit at the bottom of where my journaling goes to as well. So, and that is my completed layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Here are some more close-ups of the finished layout.